Most people will never save $10,000. Not because they don't work hard, not because they don't earn enough, and not because they're bad with money. The real reason is something almost nobody talks about. In fact, it's the same hidden obstacle that keeps millions of Americans trapped in a cycle of living paycheck to paycheck for years. And until you understand it, saving money will always feel harder than it should. But here's what's fascinating. Once you finally reach your first $10,000, building the next $100,000 often becomes dramatically easier. So why is the first $10,000 the hardest money you'll ever save? And what changes after you reach it? Let's break it down. Introduction. Before we dive in, if you're new here, my name is Fred. I spend way too much time thinking about wealth building, investing, and personal finance. And on this channel, we break down the real numbers behind money so you can make smarter financial decisions and build lasting financial freedom. Before we go any further, I want you to think about something. If someone handed you $10,000 right now, would it make you wealthy? Probably not. It might cover some bills. It might wipe out some debt. It might give you breathing room. But nobody becomes rich because they suddenly received $10,000. And yet, earning and keeping your first $10,000 could be one of the most important financial achievements of your entire life. Here's the thing. The first $10,000 isn't valuable because of the money itself. It's valuable because of what you have to become to save it. You have to learn discipline. You have to learn patience. You have to learn how to delay gratification. You have to learn how to keep money instead of spending it. And that's exactly why so many people struggle. Today, we're going to explore the psychology behind the first $10,000, why it feels impossibly slow, why most people quit before they get there, and why that first milestone can completely transform your financial future. Main content. The lie most people believe. Most people think wealth grows in a straight line. If saving $10,000 is difficult, then saving $100,000 must be 10 times harder. Sounds logical, but reality doesn't work that way. Look, imagine two people. Person A has $0 saved. Person B has $10,000 saved and invested. Who has the easier path to building wealth? Most people would say person B, and they'd be right, because person B has something person A doesn't. Momentum. Here's what most people don't realize. Building wealth isn't just about adding money. It's about building systems. It's about creating habits. It's about changing behavior. And once those things are in place, the process starts becoming easier. Think about pushing a car. The hardest moment isn't when the car is moving. The hardest moment is getting it moving. The same thing happens with money. The first $10,000 is where you're pushing the car uphill. After that, momentum starts helping you. Why the first $10,000 feels impossible? Let's be honest. For many Americans, saving even a few $100s can feel difficult. According to data from the Federal Reserve, many Americans would struggle to cover an unexpected emergency expense using cash or savings. That means millions of people are operating with little room for error. One surprise expense, one medical bill, one car repair, one job interruption. And suddenly months of progress disappear. Now imagine trying to save $10,000 under those conditions. That's why it feels impossible. Every dollar matters. Every expense feels bigger. Every setback hurts more. Let's use a simple example. Imagine Sarah earns $4,000 per month after taxes. Her expenses look like this. Rent, $1,500. Transportation, $400. Food, $500. Utilities, $300. Insurance, $300. Phone and internet, $150. Other expenses, $600. Total expenses, $3,750. That leaves only $250 each month. At that rate, reaching $10,000 takes about 40 months. More than 3 years. Now you might be thinking, 3 years? That's way too long. Exactly. That's why people quit. Not because they're incapable, because the progress feels invisible. Saving the first $500 feels exciting. Saving the first $1,000 feels motivating. But somewhere along the way, the journey becomes boring. And boring is where dreams go to die. The hidden psychological battle. This is where it gets really interesting. Most people think saving money is a math problem. It's not. It's a psychology problem. The math is easy. Spend less than you earn. Save the difference. Simple. But if it were only about math, everyone would be wealthy. The real challenge is emotional. Think about how often modern life encourages spending. Advertisements, social media, influencers, friends, sales, buy now, pay later offers. Everything around you is designed to make spending feel good. Nobody gets a dopamine rush from transferring money into a savings account. Nobody posts screenshots of their emergency fund on social media. But people love showing new cars, new phones, new vacations, new clothes. So the first $10,000 becomes a battle against human nature. You're choosing future freedom over present pleasure. And that's incredibly difficult. Here's what most people don't realize. The first $10,000 isn't testing your ability to earn money. It's testing your ability to resist temptation. And that's why it changes you. Because every time you choose saving over spending, you're reinforcing a new identity. You're becoming someone who prioritizes long-term wealth. The turning point. At some point, something changes. Let's say you finally saved $10,000. For the first time, you have options. Your car breaks down. You don't panic. An unexpected bill arrives. You don't reach for a credit card. You lose your job. You have time to think. That financial cushion changes everything. Not because $10,000 solves all your problems, but because it prevents small problems from becoming financial disasters. Look, money doesn't buy happiness, but financial stress is one of the biggest sources of anxiety in modern life. And having a meaningful cash reserve can dramatically reduce that stress. That's why reaching $10,000 often feels like a life upgrade. Not because your lifestyle changed, but because your peace of mind changed. Why the next $100,000 gets easier. Now let's talk about what happens after $10,000. This is where many people are shocked. Because the rules start changing. You already have saving habits. You already understand budgeting. You already know how to delay gratification. You already know how to avoid lifestyle inflation. Most importantly, your money can finally start helping. Let's look at some real math. Suppose you invest $10,000 in a diversified stock market index fund earning an average annual return of 10%. After 1 year, $10,000 becomes $11,000. You earned $1,000 without working extra hours. After another year, $11,000 becomes $12,100. Now your gains are generating gains. That's compound growth. And compound growth changes everything. When your net worth is zero, every dollar comes from your effort. When your net worth grows, some dollars come from your assets. That's a completely different game. This is why investors often say, the first $100,000 is hard. The next $100,000 is easier. Because money starts participating in the process. Action plan. Step 1. Stop focusing on $10,000. That sounds strange, but hear me out. Many people become overwhelmed by big goals. Instead of focusing on $10,000, focus on your next $100, then your next $500, then your first $1,000. Big achievements are built from small wins. Step 2. Automate everything. Look, willpower is unreliable. Systems are reliable. Set up automatic transfers, even if it's only $25 per week. Automation removes decision-making, and fewer decisions usually lead to better financial outcomes. Step 3. Increase income. Here's what most people don't realize. There is a limit to how much you can cut expenses. There is almost no limit to how much you can increase income. A side hustle, freelancing, overtime, learning a valuable skill, negotiating a raise. Income growth accelerates the path dramatically. Imagine saving an extra $500 per month. Now $10,000 takes less than 2 years instead of over 3 years. That's powerful. Step 4. Track every dollar. What gets measured gets managed. Most people know roughly where their money goes. Wealth builders know exactly where their money goes. The difference matters. Step 5. Avoid lifestyle inflation. This is one of the biggest wealth killers. You get a raise. You upgrade your lifestyle. You stay financially stuck. The wealthiest people often increase investments before increasing spending. That's a habit worth copying. Bigger picture. Let's zoom out for a moment. Because this conversation isn't really about $10,000. It's about freedom. The ability to make decisions without panic. The ability to handle emergencies. The ability to invest in opportunities. The ability to sleep better at night. The first $10,000 is simply a symbol. A symbol that you've begun taking control of your financial life. And once you've done that, bigger goals become realistic. $25,000, $50,000, $100,000, $250,000, $1 million. Every large net worth starts with the exact same first step: learning how to keep money. Motivation. If you're currently struggling to save your first $10,000, I want you to remember something. Progress always feels slow at the beginning. A tree doesn't grow overnight. A business doesn't become successful overnight. A strong body isn't built overnight. And wealth isn't built overnight either. The people you admire financially weren't born with momentum. They created it. One decision at a time. One paycheck at a time. One deposit at a time. One sacrifice at a time. Look, the first $10,000 isn't supposed to be easy. It's supposed to teach you the lessons that make future wealth possible. That's why it's so valuable. Not because of the amount, because of the person you become while earning it. And once you've become that person, the rules change. The journey doesn't become effortless, but it becomes easier. Because now you're moving with momentum instead of fighting against it. CTA. So here's my question for you. How close are you to your first $10,000? Are you just getting started? Halfway there? Or have you already crossed that milestone? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this video valuable, hit the like button and subscribe for more content on wealth building, money psychology, and financial freedom. Because understanding money isn't just about becoming richer. It's about creating more choices, more opportunities, and more freedom for yourself and your family. And that journey starts with the first dollar you decide to keep. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.